I'm Lane with Southern Idaho RV Marine. We're a small family-owned business with low overhead and no salespeople. When you buy from us, you're buying the product at wholesale market prices. You're not paying for any retail markups or any salespeople's commissions. We want to give you the very best deal you can find on the market today. Because of our wholesale pricing and retail markups, we see boats that are 2 to 5 years old that are priced out more than what our brand new boats are. We would like to take you through and show you brand new MirroCrafts and the quality compared to some of these large name boats. Our family believes when you're spending thousands of dollars that you can take a look and make a judgment for yourself of what's best for you and your family. Every salesperson says that they have the very best. You walk in anywhere, of course Ford's going to say the Ford's better, Chevrolet's going to say Chevrolet's better, and Dodge is going to say they're better. We are by no means going to be saying that we are the very best. We want to leave that up to you. So in our comparisons, we're not saying that these other brands of boats are bad. We just want to point out main differences in construction, usability, and feasibility. One of the areas to focus on for durability and quality is the transom. This is where the horsepower and energy is transferred through the boat. We would like to take you through what our transom is and show you transoms of others and let you decide. Our transom comes across and wraps forward approximately 3.5 inches. This allows for a double layer of metal to come together here on the corner. When boats steer from the very rear and they're coming away from docks, the back end commonly swings in and bumps into the dock. Time after time, it fatigues the metal of the boat. We believe a double layer of metal is better than a single layer of metal. If you see, we have a double layer of marine rivets that come down. This attaches this and keeps this metal from peeling upwards. It also comes in to about that 3.5 inch mark and has another layer. Now our boats are not held together just by rivets. MirroCraft uses all three technologies in building their boats: riveting, welding, and bonding their boats. A lot of people get confused on bonding. Bonding is how they're building the new vehicles that you drive today. Aluminum technology has come a long ways. This is how Ford is building their all-new trucks. They're all aluminum bodies. They're bonded together. There's very little welding. When you weld aluminum, unless it's thick enough, it's the side of the weld that's going to be breaking. It takes the temper and strength out of the aluminum. When the aluminum is thick enough, yes, welds are stronger. If you go to that thick of an aluminum boat, they weigh too much. Boats need to float. If they weigh too much, they draft too much water, and they're going to be into rocks. Typically, people want to have our boats, fishing boats, to be in shallower water to go where other boats can't. Everyone has heard that you're only as strong as your weakest link. MirroCrafts are engineered for the durability on the Great Lakes. We're going to take you through and show you from beginning to end how all of our quality blends together. You cannot have one strong point and have it go into a weaker part. The transom thickness on a MirroCraft is second to none. When you look at the thickness that they build the transom, it is almost 2.5 inches thick. These transoms are the strongest on the market today. Built on top of that, we have another 3/8 thick transom dispersion plate. This plate takes the energy of the motor that it bolts up to and distributes it throughout the whole back of the transom. Inside of our transom, we have a hand-built plate that is 3/8 of an inch thick. Now this is an area that aluminum, if it's thick enough, you can weld, and it is stronger than riveting. This is all hand-built at the factory. This plate takes the torsional flex of the transom and keeps it going forwards to backwards. This is a total engineered process. A 3/8 plate on the rear of it into a 2.5 inch wide transom and into the torsional plate on the inside. Within the inside, this plate hooks into two more trusses that takes the energy, hooks it into the floor and into the ribs that go forward. All of the energy through the transom is transferred from the rear to the front. This allows for no flex whatsoever. Another area to take into consideration is your transom. Transom depth is everything. Most of our competitors are going to run 20-inch transoms. On our MirroCrafts, we commonly run 25-inch transoms. If a little good, a lot is better. When you buy a boat, you often go out with a full tank of fuel, spare batteries to power up extra optional equipment, fish finders, downriggers, stereos. As you add more weight into the back of the boat takes on more water. As the boat takes on more water, if you only have a 20-inch transom, well, the rest is history. When you're out shopping for boats, you measure from the bottom to the top of the transom. They commonly will be 21 inches. Ours measures 26 inches. This allows for the outboard to have a 20-inch shaft or 25-inch shaft. With a 25-inch shaft, you're going to be able to take more family, more friends, and stay out longer with a larger gas tank. Because of the way these are engineered and the deeper the transom, now we can put higher horsepower motors on. Due to Coast Guard regulations, we are able to put on a lot more horsepower than what our competitors are. On our MirroCrafts, we run full scuppers. What scuppers do, as water rushes up the back of the boat, they shut. They have a gate valve on them. They're one way. A lot of our competing brands, they just have holes in the back of their boats. What that allows is when the water runs up, is for water to go inside the boat. Integrated into MirroCrafts are trim tabs. Something so simple but so important. On most of the competing boats, you have to buy them as an optional accessory and drill into the back of your boat. What trim tabs do is at your higher speeds, you've always heard of boats porpoising. Maybe you've experienced this. When a boat is doing 20, 30, even up to 50 miles an hour, the back of the boat is going in the water. These trim tabs have so much upward pressure that it doesn't allow the boat to do this. In a corner, everyone has experienced a boat leaning, carving a corner. It's very uncomfortable for some people. When that happens with trim tabs on, one side of the boat will try to lift, lessening the pressure on the trim tab and making the trim tab on the side of the boat that is trying to dig in the water have more pressure. This keeps your cornering abilities and your load carrying capabilities a lot more. On other boats, you have to have the weight side by side equaled out. If you have more weight on one side and you turn a corner to that one side, the more it leans. Trim tabs eliminates that. The bottom of the boat is of course an area that's going to be coming into impacts more than anywhere else. The bottom thickness of the boat's a huge concern. On MirroCrafts, we're commonly 25% thicker than other leading brands. As we just talked about, a double layer hull right here turning away from the dock, down here underneath the water where you can't see, a lot of times you're going to be turning and coming into contact with rocks. This is where we actually triple layer this area. This wraps around, the bottom wraps up, and the side wraps down. This area is triple layered. If you're turning and coming in contact with a rock or obstacle, rest assured, this is the strongest on the market today. This area of a boat is what they call a compaction zone. With the horsepower pushing the boat forward and the water in the front trying to push the boat backwards, this area tries to compact. We double layer our holes right here from the underneath the boat to partway up the boat. This area of riveting and bonding on the inside is another hole put together to give it double the strength.
Matt here, and I'm going to go over the premium construction and the fun parts of all of our MirroCraft dual impact boats. The great thing about American quality and hand construction that's made here in-house is such things like this back bench seat. As you can see, it's a thick piece of fiberglass that's actually molded into the marine grade plywood that drops down into a full fishing deck with a large aerated and lighted live well that's accessible even when the bench seat's up. Along with the live well, this back deck system also has pedestal seating arrangement. With the bolstered and plush seating as well. It also has ample storage and rod storage here on the side. The coolest part about the MirroCraft dual impact is the fact that it's a dual purpose boat. It can go from fishing mode to family mode within a minute. I'm going to demonstrate that real quick with this back fishing deck. As you can see, this has a ski tow bar to pull wakeboarders, skiers, tubers, anything for your family needs. Having be a dual purpose boat, it has tons of storage, but one of the greatest features is the rod locker. Now in this rod locker, it goes all the way to the front, so you don't have to worry about bending your poles and hurting your equipment. One of the great things about MirroCraft is they've thought of everything. As you can see, this isn't a machine screwed, put together helm. This is a full fiberglass bonded helm that has a windshield riser for comfortability on the water so the wind's not smacking in the face, as well as the lush upholstery on the Fat Boy chair and chrome accents and bezels on the gauges and steering wheel, and easy access to all of your accessories. So not only does the rear of the boat turn into a full fishing boat, but so does the front. As you can see, right now we have the equipment of an open bow boat. But within a minute, it'll switch into a full fishing deck. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that right now. And there you have it, a full fishing deck for any type of angling. Now right here we have one of MirroCraft's biggest competitors. Now the difference between their bow system and our bow system is that there's not very much leg room here. You can't fit people up in the bow comfortably, as well as they don't have padding all the way up to the metal railing. So that means you're smacking your back against that metal railing when you're going across the water. Also, in order to switch it into fishing mode, they have these big pads. Now, you can't fit these pads in the boat anywhere comfortably. So you're either going to have to leave them at home or leave them in your truck. So in order to switch it back to family mode, you got to go back to the truck, dock your boat, and switch it that way. From all of us here at Southern Idaho RV Marine, we wanted to thank you for watching our video. Check us out on our website at soidrvmarine.com and drop a comment in there, as well as come on in and check out our new MirroCraft boats. Thanks for watching.